Alright. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Alright, let's go ahead and get this started off right away. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Let me see how I say that. Tonsuki Tempest. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've got, these are just the small ones that I can wire wrap, so... Right now I'm just trying to decide which color rope I'm going to use on which color stone and which stone to use, because I've got so many different ones to choose from. I've also got this other camera set up over here in the corner, just so that I could do stuff like this. Let me find a good one. So like, I have a piece of petersite here, and my camera up there, I'll pick it up to some degree, but this one over here gives a little bit more of the detail to it. So, this is my first time doing a dual setup. I'm hoping that it goes really well. But I think for the first one, since I've never done this before, I'm gonna start off with something I think would be easy to wrap, and then go progressively harder as time goes on. So I'm gonna start off with this one. This is a basically just a painted agate, but it's got some really nice purple and gold colors to it. It's not super polished up, but I got it polished and cleaned up enough that it'll show off all the pretty colors inside of it. When I first found it, this is what it looked like. But what I really like is it has this, I was trying to clean it up better, but it has this little corner with like a red sort of jasper creeping into it. So, yeah, we'll just go from there. I think for this one, let's see. I think I'm gonna go with this like kind of tan colored one here. So I watched one little video on how to wire wrap, and I'm pretty much gonna take the knowledge that I learned from said video and try to do all this my first time. But we'll see how it goes. So far this rope that I have is like really tied up for some reason. There we go. Untie knot. By the power that be, I demand that you untie yourself and not create a giant mess. Well, crap. Where are my scissors? Uh-oh. Hold that thought. Be right back. Gotta grab the scissors. Okay. Let's get this started up, shall we? So, don't tie a knot on me already. It's already trying to tie this tiny little knot. Can't have that happening. Okay, so I couldn't find my ruler, no matter how hard I tried. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna measure out the lengths of my entire desk from like one end to the other, so that I can cut these strings as close to evenly as possible. I would normally try to do this a little bit more uniform, but look, it's our first time. It is what it is. So there we go. Cut right there. Okay, so now I have my length of cord, and I have to cut 4 more. But first, let's get them all evenly separated. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's having a good day. Feel free to just hang out in here and chill if that's your vibe. Okay, got those two. Let's set those on my lap right here. The string's trying to take off on me. Get that one cut. All right. Now we just gotta cut our last string here, and then we'll get this started up. If the spool of string does not tie itself into a knot, we can start. Okay, there we go. Got our 4 pieces of string. So what I had learned in that video was you take the first piece, you stretch it out the full length, and you make sure you get it right dead center. So you want to make sure that each of your pieces are as close together as possible. Pull it all the way down here to the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a loop. And from this loop, this is going to be the base loop for our stone here. So what I'm going to do is create a small, sort of like a lasso for the string to fit around the stone so it's nice and snug. And then we'll go from there. I want to make sure I give it enough room that it'll fit onto the stone just barely. Because if it fits up too high, what's going to happen is it's going to slip into this little groove here. And it'll mess with the design. I believe. We shall see. So wrap these two around, pull the string through, and what we're going to try to do is get this knot that I've created as close to these fingers here to try and create a nice snug knot. Now, sometimes it's going to do this, it's going to bunch up a little bit, and you just got to pull the other one through until you get them both nice and snug. There we go. So now we've got our loop all set up. And this loop is going to be the anchor point for our stone. There we go. That's about how much I wanted it to be wrapping around the stone. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our other strings. We're going to do the same thing, but inside of this one little loop here. Okay. It's going to be about the halfway point right there. So let's go ahead and thread the loop here. Now we don't want to tie this anywhere but I want to get it straight across it here. This time, what we want, oh, I grabbed the wrong ones, hold on. There we go. Now we've got our two tied together. We're going to tie one on each an opposite end so that we create a center. All right, so here, let's go ahead and thread this next one. Pull it back, get the two even. Now for this one, we want to make sure we get this as center as possible on the string. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab the opposite end of this little loop here. And I'm going to stretch it out taut so that it would be as if I was pulling the rope from the other end. So that would be the halfway point. Let's make sure that our strings are even. Yeah, that's good. All right, so again, gonna thread it around. Make sure we're holding on to this one this time. And this one's a little bit trickier. So just swing it all the way down. Keep on pulling with these fingers here, guiding it with your fingertips. Once you get it down to this point, roll it with your fingertips. There we go. All right. And then the last one will be much easier now that I've got this one to hold on to. Right, make sure that the tips of the rope are even. There we go. Pull on it nice and tight. Same thing again. Wrap this string around here. Create another knot. Whoop, let go of the fingers. And just keep on passing it through until you've got a nice tight knot. There we go. All right. So now we have got our center point for the stone. This is going to be where these four, I will slowly create a design to wrap around and slowly get it to hold down onto the stone. So we're going to create a small rope cage. And since this bottom is just wide enough, it'll get snug on the stone like that. So as we create the rope cage and it gets tighter, we want to make sure that it doesn't slip off that bottom. We always want to make sure that we have it kind of stretched around that one little notch right here. That'll keep it from slipping out, and then we'll be able to slowly create our rope cage. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the two most inner ropes here, and we're going to tie those two together to create a small... Let me go ahead and hold my finger down here. Separate those two. And we're going to be doing this over and over until it creates these little small flower petal designs. And we're going to keep that pretty consistent. We want to make sure that we never leave one big enough that the rock can slip out of it. So we're just going to keep on doing that until we have the entire cage made. So I'll go ahead and do the best I can to make sure that you guys see everything that I'm doing here. And just go ahead and grab that. Right. And again, we're just going to keep on doing this same method over and over where we pull the string through, bring the knot all the way down. And what we're hoping to achieve is that design. Small little flower petals. Okay. So now we're going to take the inside one again. Gonna do this once more. And we're just gonna keep on doing this over and over and over until we have all 8 of our strings tied together in a nice design. I love this music. It's so relaxing. Alright, there we go. Now we've got our small flower design. And we're just going to keep this going over and over and over again. But what we want to do is make sure that everything is looking good. Okay. Now, it's a little bit harder at this point to try and keep a tight seal because you want to make sure that you don't ever have a point anywhere on it where the stone can turn around and slip through, and then you lose the stone that you're trying to hold on to. Alright, let's get another set of flower petals made here. Right. Take these two, bring them together. Again, we want to make sure that the holes are not too big, that the entire stone would fit through. See how my finger slips through the whole thing? So we would want to bring that down a little bit tighter. See how it's snug around my finger? Whoop! I go. Okay. Alright, let's keep this going. And bit by bit, we'll slowly start to get a cage of rope made to hold the stone in. Okay, get another one wrapped. Missing one. Gets right here. Whoop! Butterfingers. Oh, wrong side. Okay. Made it a little bit too loose. So, gonna have to try and reinforce it really, really tight over the top of it here. Or would I have a stone that would fit this better? Let me see. Before we give up, we have like 10,000 stones here. I've got a big old chunk of obsidian here. Let's see, would this work better on this? Nope, that's still a bit too thin. Let's see. Nope. See how it comes right through? Damn. Where did I mess up? I feel as though I've goofed. Where did I goof at? That is the question. What fit in here? Oh man, if I could get that to tie up good, that would be perfect. I'd have to try it on this one. So these two. If I remember correctly, it's you try to crisscross the knots. So let's hold that over here. Hold that one here. This one there. Oh, sorry. I just realized I wasn't in frame. My bad, guys. Okay, so... because this is a good design to hold this in place. If I do it right. Okay, so it's these two that I gotta crisscross together. Alright. I'm not gonna tie anything in a knot just yet. I'm just simply trying to get a idea first here. So see if I can get all of this to tie together real nicely. Not like it would have to be. There's still a bit of a gap in the rope. I would have to get it snug and tight. But if I get it snug and tight, That's not going anywhere. And that's what I want. So I gotta try to figure out how. I could do what I did with my other one and pass a small piece of wire through it just to hold it in place. I'll do that if I need to, but for the time being... Start crisscrossing them like that. Let's try to see if I can do it with all of the ropes. So again, this one has to stay down here at the bottom for this design to work. So how would I... Would I create another loop and then tie all of them to that loop to keep it in place? I think I would. So I would create a small loop like this. Whoop. Caught it. Caught it with my legs. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is create the top of the cage. I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to try and see. My brain's just telling me to do it this way, okay? I could be right, I could be wrong. I have no clue. Wait, no. Definitely did that wrong. That's why I didn't tie it. Okay, so how and where would I wrap that to make it super, super tight? Like, I want all of those four corners to be together like this. But how would I do that? I think what I did wrong is see these gaps here that make the diamond shape. I don't think I'm supposed to end up with diamond shapes. I'm supposed to end up with petals that just completely wrap over and over and over. And that's where I messed up. That's too small. What if we did something with a point? If I do something with a point, it's not going anywhere. Oh, that looks cool. So... let's see if I bring... Doesn't matter which way I tie this knot, does it? But that wouldn't be too bad either. On the selenite. What about on a bigger piece? Not too much bigger, but... Trying to see if I have anything that would fit better than the one that I wrapped it for. Because the one I wrapped it for turned out to be a bit too small, unfortunately. But that could be different depending on what I wrap it in. What do y'all think? I keep holding it right here. And I realize I'm just like right on the edge of the frame here. But I don't know. I gotta try to figure out a different way to wrap or create designs. But that's all about what I'm trying to do today. Definitely too small. This is probably the best piece for it out of everything I have here. Let me try it with this one piece of jasper. That looks a lot better. That's big and bulky. It's not too bad. I do think it looks really good on the turquoise, but the turquoise is so round and smooth that I need a much tighter design than this. This is good for something big and bulky and something that gets stuck in the design and shape of it. I mean, it's not the best, but I do also have this one. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. It's bulky enough that it won't slip out. Okay, I think we'll try this one out. There we go. Ooh. Okay. That down as tight as it can go. There we go. Now what I'll probably do, just to make sure that it doesn't slip out of this little section here, is I am going to later apply a small bit of this high performance, ultra thin, super fast bonding glue. Star Bond super fast, thin, high performance super glue. Once I apply it to it, it will make sure that it remains in that position. And I'll apply it at a few of the anchor points around the stone. But all in all, I would say that that turned out pretty good, considering that all I did was watch one video. But yeah, if anybody that watches these videos is local in my state, and you happen to go to the farmers market in Hot Springs, do make sure you stop on by, because everything that I make here, everything that you see me wearing, anything like that, every bit of jewelry that I make is for sale, and all the proceeds go towards various things, whether it's taking care of myself or taking care of others. I enjoy doing both. So that was my my first attempts, and while watching the video, and then I was like, you know what? I think I know enough. Let's go online, show this to the world. So here we are. Now we have two all ready to go. I just have to get the cords and everything finished up on the ends, but for the most part, I would say that that turned out pretty good. I think that this one, I don't think this one's going to have enough string left over. Let me see. Might be just enough to make a long enough necklace out of. Because I would be able to make it about maximum. The length is going to be about that far. I would say that's pretty decent. try to see if we could do something with that. All right. So now we have 2 made. Go ahead and set the 2 that we've made over here. Okay. So the other idea that I wanted to try out would probably work best with... I'm going to try to do some wire wrapping right quick, because there was another thing that's fresh in my mind that I want to try. And if I can get it to work, it'd be great. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull this off, shall we? Where did I put my other pliers? Okay. Oh no, my wire just unwrapped completely. That's not what we wanted. Alright. So, remember, it's kind of similar to the way that we were doing the other one. But what we want is the midway point between these two. I'm going to take a small bit of this wire here, if I can get separate, and I'm going to twist it. I think that's what they had said to do. Okay. And then you create... Let's see, I'll do one for this one here, which is a nice little, very, very deep red, red tiger's eye. We will create that anchor point there. Go ahead and get it a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that now gives us the anchor point for it. Now from there, we're going to make sure that we keep it nice and taut on the stone. I want to take these 2 and separate them. Take these 2 and separate them. And now we're going to twist these 2 together. And we're going to twist these 2 together. There we go. Now we've got a nice wrap. And we twist all this together very well. Just keep on twisting it and twisting it and twisting it. We don't want to twist it too much, because if we break it, then it'll mess everything up. go. Now, I'm going to take my tools here. Trying to get a nice even loop here. And we're going to start twisting some more again. Okay. We're going to try to do the same thing again. I'm going to try to get this to bend and shape better. Oh, let's see if we could. Let's get that unwrapped a bit better there. Make sure that we get a nice round surface. Now we've got our nice double bail. With our metal wrapped around the stone. And we're going to, unfortunately, I don't have, I really wish I had flush cutters. That would be really, really nice. But I don't, so clip that off there. And try to see if we could get that shaped better here. And there we go. We've got one beautifully wrapped stone ready to go. There we go. All right, all good to go. Actually came out really, really nice. I'm really shocked I managed to pull that off looking that way on my first attempt. But this is not going anywhere now. And I can wait until my other necklaces come in the mail and put this on there. But there we go. We now have one turquoise rope wrapped necklace, one agate rope wrapped necklace, a wire wrapped red tiger's eye, absolutely beautiful sheens on it, that iron stone inside of it too. But that came out really nice. I'm really, really happy with this. So, yeah, we've got 3 made now. Let's keep it going. Hydrate time. Okay. Still might be able to use this. Let's try to keep this little twist design going on with this here. Might be able to use this for extra bale wire. If you guys happen to hear any banging around in the background, there are renovations going on at my house right now, so I do apologize. Oh, no! My head wouldn't come off. Shocked that came off. I thought I was twisting it enough. Guess not. Alright. I know how to fix that. Gonna keep on twisting it until it looks like a nice twisted spiral cord. I wish I had a pair, like a drill that I could attach this to, so it would do it for me, but it is what it is. This is all I'm doing, guys. I'm just trying to slowly get this twisted and get a nice, beautiful spiral just going all the way down this entire piece. So I don't waste any wire. I want to try a really, really awesome idea. Just gonna keep on twisting. This is actually really hard to do. Okay. There we go. Now we've got our little wire here. I am then going to take this and Start getting it rolled out. There we go. Let's grab this. Let's see. It's kind of wild when I think about that. If I keep this going, I almost have enough wire to make a ring. That's something that I could potentially do. Just like sit there and twist and twist and twist and twist and twist a whole bunch of wire together. Make some really cool rings. Sorry, random ideas in my head. Okay. I would like to try and get a nice wire wrap design for, let's see, which one should I do? Let's see if we could get some made for my lapis lazuli here. Okay. Definitely didn't get those the same length. But that's okay. Alright. I think that's small enough. So let's get this bent and shaped. Okay. Get one over here, one over here. The goal is to get them separated around the stone. So that 2 are in the front and 2 are in the back. these here. Let's see. Goes there, that goes there. And this one goes here. Trying to make sure I get this wrap done right. Come on, thing. Feed it under it, like so. And this goes under there. Oh. Oh no, no, dang it. Crud. One of the wraps came out. Dang it. Well, that's a bust. Could still attempt to try and wrap it, but let me see if I can still pull this off. See if I get a tighter wrap on this here. Go. Yeah, I definitely messed up on this one. Well, wasn't expecting perfection. It happens. No, what just slipped out again? What the hell? Is it possible to save it on it this way? Okay. See if I could salvage this. Might be able to. It's a slim chance, but I might be able to pull this off. Hope everybody's having a good one. Appreciate everybody for stopping by the stream. Okay. Let's see if I could get this to clean up a little bit better. Oh, wires are starting coming down. No. Ah, crud. Might have saved it. Not quite as flush as I would like it to be. But considering that there was the potential of just scrapping it, I'm happy with these results. Let's see if I can pull this out a little bit better. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not the best, but might end up coming back and redoing this one later on. I don't know. It's not as pretty as that other one was, so. Yeah, this other one came out a lot nicer and cleaner. But hey, we're just starting off. Things will happen. We learn and we adapt. keep on going, shall we? What would be another good one to wrap? Another good one to wrap, and with what? I mean, I could attempt to try and make a wire wrap design for the turquoise. Probably need some much longer lengths of wire, though. Say probably about that length. Okay. Now I'm going to try something different with this one. If I can find it. There it is. Okay. Let's go with this here. And for the other side, let's see. All right. Trying to hold that in place. Bring this over here. Yep, come on, thing. Okay, bring these wires down a bit. Okay, bring this one up. See, this is what I was worried about because it's so round. It's not staying wrapped. Let's go ahead and bring this up. All right. No, dang it. Trying to think of how I would go about wrapping it next to keep it in place. Bring both of these over. Okay, now that I've got it wrapped, the question would be how, yeah, this doesn't look good because I could literally just take it and do whoop. Crap. Well, that bit me in the butt fast. Well, I've got my 4 wires wrapped here, but apparently they wouldn't stay wrapped around the stone, which kind of sucks. There's not really much I could do at this point. I'm just shocked that it just pulled right through it, though. Yep, just pulls right over it like it's nothing. Well, I am very confused. Because I don't know what I should do next to keep it where it is. My only thought process would be, nope. Yeah. I was able to bend this back and bring this around. There's one solid thing that would be great, but then it doesn't hold it in place. You know? It would hold it in place if I could feed them all through the little hole that's drilled in it, but I don't think it can. We're gonna try though. Uh-oh. Well, that bit me in the butt already. Okay, so the only way that's going to go through there is unless all of these are wrapped together as it feeds through. So clip these all even. Are you kidding me? Popped right off the stone again. No! Yep, that's a bust. That sucks. Yep. As hard as I wrap that, that stone just pops right out. I don't know how to wire wrap a perfectly round, smooth stone. That's been one of the strongest struggles I've had trouble with over the last like year trying to do jewelry. Damn, that was such a waste of wire too. Well, crud. Okay. Been doing this for an hour and a half now. Holy crap. Okay, we shall continue this again later. I'll be back in a little while, guys. Make sure you come swing by again, alright? I hope you enjoyed.